Hey everybody, 2022 was a big year for all the music producers out there, and today we're going to round up our top 5 releases here at Thomann Studio and Recording. Let's do it. Starting things off with number 5 is Waves Harmony. It allows you to add harmony so quite easily. Waves Harmony is a really cool plugin that basically allows you to take a single vocal track and then instantly add customizable harmonies, just like I did there. This is going to be especially useful for any songwriters out there because it allows you to hear how your melodies would sound with the finished background vocals behind it. So you can really easily make adjustments to the original melody and the background vocals at the same time to get it sounding just right. You get over 450 presets to choose from, so there's a ton of built-in ways to spark creativity and save yourself a whole bunch of recording time. One thing I like about it is that it's fairly light on the CPU, which is nice when you're working in a heavy session, but it's also great if you want to incorporate it into your live sets as well. Number 4, we've got Baby Audio's Crystalline. Hello. Is there anybody in there? Baby Audio is a company that I've been excited about for years. And this year they released a plugin called Crystalline, which is an algorithmic reverb with an incredible interface. I mean, look at this. It's like an animated 3D waterfall display, just simple and clean. Now, beyond just like the sleek design, it has a couple of features that I think make it stand out from other reverb plugins. For example, there's a built-in ducking control to help you separate the input source from the reverb tail. You can also really easily sync the reverb times to the tempo, so there's no more estimations or calculations to get it sitting just right in the mix. And lastly, and very importantly, it's super easy to use. The way that they group things together and organize the plugin helps you get results really fast, and you don't have to fuss about so much, which I hate. Next up, we've got Guitar Pro 8. This is incredible software that makes transcribing and learning to play new songs super easy, which is crucial to our development as musicians, right? You can just download the notation and or tabs for your favorite song from a website like Ultimate Guitar, for example, and then import it into Guitar Pro 8, loop the section that you want to work on. You can control the playback speed, you can solo the instrument specifically that you're learning, all while figuring out how to play it. This time around though, Guitar Pro 8 comes with some pretty game-changing updates. Like, for example, you can now add an audio file to your project and then sync the tabs to the real song. This is great on its own, but if you need to transcribe, there's no need to leave Guitar Pro at all for playback. We also have a lot more control over the signal chain of the guitar to get it sounding closer to the original recording, or just to simply make it sound different if you prefer that. What do you call a guy who hangs out with musicians? Well, a drummer, of course. I'm just kidding, it's not true at all. With EZDrummer 3, you don't need to go through the hassle of booking a session drummer at a recording studio because everything you need is right here for great sounding live drums. Even though EZDrummer 3 is still the program that you know and love from EZDrummer 2, they've added a few new additions that I think make a really big difference. Using one of 7 immaculately recorded drum kits, it's really easy to get started with the perfect drum loop inside of the Groove tab, and you even get access to 2,500 different drum patterns. I'm sure one of those will work, right? But if you do actually have a pattern already in mind, you can hit the tap to find button, and you can tap out what the rhythm is that you hear in your head, and then it will suggest some similar grooves for your song. And on top of that, you can now use the bandmate feature by dragging an audio file directly into EZDrummer, and it will detect the tempo for you and even create a groove around what you did. One of my favorite features though is the edit playstyle knob, where you can change like the complexity and style of the drum pattern with one click, versus like sitting down and programming every single individual accent in. It saves a ton of time. So whether you're a one-stop shop or you just like to jam, this is a fantastic update to an already powerful drum library. And finally, coming in at number 1 is Arturia's V Collection 9. This bundle is near and dear to my heart because I use all of these plugins almost daily. So beyond the soft synths and the samplers that you already know and love from the previous collections, Arturia has now added the legendary Prophet 5, the Prophet VS, the Korg MS-20, and the SQ-80 to the bundle. You will never run out of stuff to play with. These are incredible, highly sought after pieces of gear that you can have multiple instances of without the headache of actually owning analog gear, which is great. They also added 2 new VSTs called Augmented Voices and Augmented Strings that can give you sounds that you just can't find anywhere else. We actually released a video called Resample Yourself where we used those 2 plugins to make some incredibly unique textures, which really helps get the creative juices flowing, so do check that out if you want to see those 2 in action. Also in this bundle, Arturia rebuilt the CS80 to include routing that was not possible on the original, only in the plugin. And they also rebuilt their signature piano plugin where they added a ton of detailed control over the miking and the mechanical behavior, which is awesome. Overall, it's an unbelievable collection of plugins and is an exciting improvement from 8 and one that you definitely want to have in your music production arsenal. So guys, as always, I would love to hear your input. What's been your favorite release of 2022? Let us know in the comments down below. And until next time, keep making music, keep having fun, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.